All right, everybody, looks like the game is starting. Sorry about that little sandwich break there, but at least we got our food. No, we're not going to be able to eat it because we do have...
Yeah, we have this professional thing to do.
Yeah, we have this, but it looks like Justin's taking a slow opening up top there with the Syndicate Thugs. Adam's still working on getting the list in because we do have a slightly delayed start because of the Taco Bell fiasco.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really the all food in the Littleton area
fiasco. I know,
fiasco.
Seriously. So okay, let's stop talking about X-Wing and just talk about how much we hate Littleton fast food places.
Seriously, though, what are those radio ads for Jimmy John's Freaky Fast, Freaky Good? How about Freaky... I have nothing clever for this. I'm just angry.
Yeah, no, we were waiting for half an hour.
Which sounds reasonable, but it takes 10 minutes
5 minutes, like seriously, like 5-7 minutes last night.
Well, also, we know it's close enough if he had time to deliver an order, leave, and come back with another order in the span of 5 minutes. I'm really sorry that we're complaining about this so much.
All right, Steven let's get back to the game here. Steven really popping forward with those two Snapcrack A-Wings. I think that's...
Popping forward with the Snapcrack
I think that's really the choice here. His target with those, I would believe, would be Asajj Ventress.
I would believe so, but similar to what we saw last game, leaving those TLTs to their own devices is dangerous. We see Rex kind of going off on his own over here. So I think that Kresh is going for a similar strategy to what we saw last game, which is kind of keep the TLTs together for a while and then break them up when it's time to stagger.
And I definitely agree with that. You keep the mass weight of firepower. It looks like his forward arc with Asajj is pointed inside the forward, or his mobile arc with Asajj is pointed inside the mobile arc. We got it pointing somewhere, and it is now pointing off to the left. A great move keeping one entire side of the board in his arc.
Yeah, exactly, and it happens to be the exact side of the board that all of Cyrus' ships are on. Which it looks like Rex is basically trying to come in around the other side of the mobile arc and force Kresh to make a decision there.
This isn't Dr. Pepper.
What is it?
It's like sweet tea.
Wait.
Jimmy John's messing up once again. That's not Dr. Pepper.
That's not sweet tea either.
What is...
I think it's like 7 different drinks combined.
Oh, come on. Don't even get my doctor.
I don't even know what that is. I'm so sorry.
If you're in the chat, your new giveaway here. Whoever sends us food first,
or guesses what is in this cup,
we'll get a. Whoever correctly guesses what's in this cup will win a Matt Radar Technician token.
Of course, we will have to go out to Jimmy John's and ask them what is in that cup.
Right, and that might take 4.5 hours, and I don't think we have time for that.
It tastes like raspberry tea mixed with some kind of soda.
It does, and my voice is hurting, so I'm going to drink it anyway.
I have water.
How do you think Steven wants to engage this list?
Well, he's definitely trying to keep Braylon back out of danger, keep his target locks on the A-Wings, and then the A-Wings want to come flying up and force Asajj to land in their snapshot arc.
Absolutely.
I'm not quite sure what the plan with Captain Rex here is. I'm imagining that it's trying to come around the other side of Asajj's mobile arc, forcing the decision because Rex can be dangerous with that suppressive fire.
Absolutely.
So Asajj has to decide, do I go for the damage or do I go for the thing that's taking my damage away?
Absolutely, and Justin Kresh just slowly inching forward with those TLTs. I don't think that we're going to see any surprisingly quick maneuvers from him anytime soon. He's playing conservative. He's playing it close to the vest, and I think that's absolutely what he can do with these two TLT Y-Wings.
Definitely the play, force the A-Wings to come to you and then rocket past them.
Yep.
With only 2 of them on the board, it's a little bit easier. If you watch previous streams, you know that with 5 of them on the board, Ben cries. So
no, absolutely. And those A-Wings, too, are coming in awful aggressively. Steven really tried to set up those snapshots, but one of the things that I've learned with the A-Wings is it's all about preparation and then surprise.
Right.
In terms of setting up an instance where you can come in suddenly from 2 or 3 different angles and set up an overlapping fields of snapshot fire. And he is, in fact, target locking those, which is interesting because
choice.
M9G8 already gives him rerolls.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting choice.
I can't remember. Does this list have missiles on it?
I don't believe so. But we'll have to take a closer look at it. It doesn't look like you would have the points for it.
We do not have missiles on those A-Wings. So the target lock is an odd choice there. I would much rather go for the defensive focus.
Or even an evade. I think the evade would have been a good call here as well.
Yep.
So a thing to think about is this is a Shadowcaster, which is a 3 maneuver to victory ship.
Oh my goodness!
So
yes.
don't underestimate how fast that ship is going to move away from you.
No,
with
and I
these
wouldn't be
A-wings.
surprised if this Shadowcaster did have engine upgrade as well.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if we have a call on when our lists will be updated. I think
they're really close.
Our techie is working real hard. He's got some.
He only had like 2 minutes,
overcome.
and there are the lists. Okay,
Ooh.
so let's talk about these. On Justin Crush's side, we have Asajj Ventress with Fearlessness, Lots Rousey Glitterstim, Gyroscopic Targeting, and the Shadowcaster title, and then 2 Syndicate Thugs with TLT and the Unhinged Astromech. Basically exactly what you were thinking, but Fearlessness and the Shadowcaster title are something that we don't see all the time on those Shadowcasters.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Shadowcaster title. I've never tried it with Fearlessness, but now that I'm looking at it, it's a good idea.
Asajj wants to get in range 1. She wants to stress people. She wants to just punch them right down.
The problem is the A-Wings also want her at range 1.
Right.
So it's kind of a battle of wits here. Because once Rex can get his suppressive fire on Asajj, I think it's the A-Wings game. So on Sire's side, on Steven Sire's side, we have Braylon Strom sitting at 35 points with Weapons Engineer, M9G8 engine upgrade, and Alliance overhaul. Captain Rex with Tactician, EMP device, and Sabine's Masterpiece, which allows him to take those 2 upgrades. And 2 Green Squadron Pilot. It has been a long morning.
2 Green Squadron Pilots
with Snapshot, Crackshot, Charodon, Refit, Autothrust J-Wing, Test Pilot. That's my Snap Crack song.
The Snap Crack rap. Now those are the 22-point version with 2 auto thrusters, which allows them to compete at this level. Looks like Justin is going to pop one of his glitter sims, I would assume.
Yeah.
Because he went ahead and took a target lock.
Yeah, and
start the combat phase, stressing that A-wing.
I think that the auto thrusters are really going to help the A-wings against this list. If they can take Asajj down first, then they're fighting TLTs.
And here, yeah, I know, right? And here comes the glitter stem. Asajj putting the first shot of the game into the A-wing that she's got target locked. And this, I think Steven is really going to regret not taking a defensive action here, right, Ben?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think the evade was the better call on that, but
I mean, personally, I'm a bigger fan of focus on the A-wings. It's a more utilitarian action.
I can see that for sure.
But here comes the shot out of Asajj, range 2 onto that A-wing. 2 blanks in the focus. We're going to spend the target lock. And there's 2 focuses and a crit with Glitter Stem into the dice box.
Yeah, that is definitely going to hurt, and I definitely think that Sire is going to be feeling the
lack of a defensive action. And
he is going to take 1 shield away. I see 2 evades and a focus.
But there's the Shadowcaster title going to trigger right there. Assign that A-wing a tractor beam.
Yep, which means I expect that A-wing will not be getting a shot on Asajj this turn. It might still be able to get a shot on. Yep. That's not what I was going to say. You're right. I forgot about the rock.
One shield off on that A-wing. That's going to be the A-wing. The blue A-wing will be the A-wing on the top of the list in this stream. The green red A-wing will be the A-wing on the bottom list. Looks like Justin not assigning the tractor beam token. Here comes a target locked shot from Captain Rex. Well, that A-wing is electing not to spend his target lock. This is a little bit strange. Not 100% sure what that roll was.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
There's 1 hit into the dice cam. Let's get that up from Captain Rex. Looks like plenty of evades.
I think they rolled the wrong attack first because Rex should be shooting before the A-wings.
He did shoot.
Well, yeah, but you
I
said
see.
something about
Yes.
A-wings, yeah.
And he attacked there, and now Asajj is in fact suppressed. Here's the shot from the A-wing. 1 hit. M9G8 will allow him to roll that, and we get a hit and a crit. 1-2 paint there, focused with Glitter Stem for no damage onto Asajj.
Well done, Asajj. I don't know why.
That's an interesting call. We're removing the stress from Lots Rozzy there. Oh, for Crackshot. Because he's threatening Crackshot. No, that makes perfect sense.
Yep.
The threat of Crackshot is often the biggest deal, right? As a token stripper. Here comes the second A-wing, range 2 through the rock.
People often forget
exactly
Crackshot.
Range 2 through the rock. We're going to re-roll that with M9G8 for 2 more results here. And Asajj, they're only getting one shield knocked off of the pursuit of the Lancer class pursuit craft.
Yeah, I feel like Crush might be I don't know if he's realized his mistake in not assigning that tractor beam token here, because
Right.
he could have avoided, he could have left that A-wing stress.
Exactly.
Basically.
And I don't know, did Sire crack that one shot off?
Can we get confirmation on the room on that? I am not sure.
We're wondering if the, for the viewers, we're wondering if the second Green Squadron pilot that shot when Asajj only got 1 of 8, if he elected to use the crack shot.
No
crack shot was used. So both of those A-Wings still have the crack shot. Now, if I am... Ben, if you are Steven Sire over here, what are you going to do next turn to get those snapshots to proc?
Well, that is a tough choice. I cannot remember the A-Wing dial off the top of my head, but
Very good.
Yeah, some hard maneuvers to pilot right here to try and get around. You have an interesting decision with the red A-Wing here, which is do you go for the unexpected and fly yourself through the rock in hopes that you can get a snapshot off?
Okay, so here's my idea with this is I think you fly the A-Wings, turn them around the rock here, try to get those snapshot arcs, use Rex as a blocker in this case, and Braylon just comes right in to get a range 1 shot. Because the Shadowcaster's got to go straight at this point, really.
Yeah,
because you got the debris on her left-hand side there, on her pilot left, and the swarm on her right, so she's got to go straight there. So something like a 2-bank and a barrel roll from Captain Rex, and then just a slow 1-2 bank in from Braylon. I think perhaps that red A-Wing can go across the rock just in order to go ahead and get that unexpected snapshot, because he needs weight of fire here, and I think he can get that.
Yeah, no, definitely. He definitely has. Currently, he has the numbers advantage.
Absolutely.
The thing to always remember also that I, in my early days, used to forget a lot is movement order. Remember, when you're placing those A-Wing dials, that if you go too fast, you will run into Asajj. I used to run my own ships into each other because I forgot the movement order.
And that's one of those things about the 5 Snap Crackle A-Wings that I really like, is the ability to choose my own movement order. So I'm not hamstrung by which ships are moving when. I can choose when they all move, and it really gives me flexibility.
Right, and that's something that Steven kind of has here, is he has Braylon and both Greens, they're all pilot skill 3, and keeping those in formation allows him a lot more flexibility, which is probably also another reason to keep Captain Rex off on the side on his own there.
Right, so he doesn't get in the way.
Someone lowered my mic, I swear. Parker.
Right, so Rex doesn't get in the way, but here come the dials here. Now, Asajj, if he's expecting a block, what's he going to do to get out of this?
I think there's 2 options here. With a Shadowcaster, you're expecting fast movements. You're expecting 3s. It's a Shadowcaster. It goes 3. That's what it does.
So you're thinking that he just like stays in 1?
You could slow move in anticipation of the block and really punish for it. Take a range 1 shot at somebody, or you just rocket as fast as physically possible with that ship.
Right,
and just
that's
get
true.
out of there.
Now here's the thing: Rex only needs to get at range 1 before he can blow his EMP device.
Yeah, exactly. Important thing to remember, though, is that EMP device, depending on the range here, is going to affect maybe his own swarm, and of course it affects Rex himself.
I mean, quite honestly, if I get Asajj into a place where she's going to bump into me next turn if she's ionized, I'll blow that. I'll ionize my whole swarm sort of into myself and trigger snapshot anyway.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad point. The
Looks
thing
like
to
we're
remember,
moving M9G8 target locks. Braylon Strom doing that 1 bank in and locking a TLT, locking Asajj, making them re-roll some hits.
Yep. The thing to remember also with that EMP device use is Rex loses his shot, which means the suppressive fire condition will go away.
Right.
Here we have looks like a 3 straight using our fancy Walker Classic 3 straight templates.
Oh, yes.
Coming in from Red A-Wing. What do we got for an action here? What do you think, while we're waiting, what do you think the move here is, Asa?
I think it's a hard turn. I think it's a too hard turn to the right there, followed by some sort of blocking maneuver with Rex. And Steven is going to boost in to really try to put the hurt on one of those. Again, I think a focus, probably a better action there. The odds tell you that boosting forward to get an extra die, the math tells you that boosting forward to get an extra die doesn't increase your odds as much as just getting a focus or a target lock does.
Of course, we have Sir Asa with the math wing. Yep,
but
so we're going for the
straight
boost. He's going to put the hurt on one of those Y-wings. we'll see how that turns out, because I feel like moving the target locks away from the A-wings might not have been the best
The other A-wing also going 3 straight, but bumping into himself. Oh no, the A-wing's going 4 straight and bumping into himself there. Not able to really clear that maneuver and switching targets onto the Y-wings. I think he had an opportune moment to trap Asajj there and really put pain into her. So I'm not sure.
It's an interesting change of target here.
It is.
Because he has the target locks on Asajj.
Right.
He has set up to block Asajj very well, so I'm interested to know if I could be inside his head right now. What's going on? Hey, again, maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe it's a bait and switch. Who knows?
I mean, we did talk earlier about how the TLTs are an excellent choice of target priority. However, he just had such a good opportunity to put a ton of pain into Asajj, and splitting your fire in X-Wing is never a really good idea.
Yeah, and here's an interesting thing, which is that with the previous list that we saw with Oiken, with the Rebel Captive, here we have a barrel roll away from Asajj with
Assuming
Rex.
Asajj is going to go straight forward with a big maneuver.
The difference with the Imperial Rebel Captive is that you are punished for shooting at that ship. Asajj's stress control, you're punished for not shooting at her almost.
Right. So here comes Asajj. Indeed, she's going to be blocked into Braylon, which is not exactly what Steven was hoping for. I think he was hoping
definitely not what we expected, and definitely not what Steven expected. But I'm interested to know what Crush thought Braylon was going to do when he dialed in this maneuver.
You know, I'm not 100% sure if this is a...
Oh, all models coming off.
I'm not 100% sure if this is a Braylon, and not predicting Braylon, or if he just wanted to move that mobile arc, which looks like it's facing forward. Maybe he used the gyroscopic targeting at the end of the combat phase, or maybe
it could have just moved
bumped
in this movement, so we'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. We'll get confirmation from the table as to which direction that mobile arc is facing.
It is still facing right.
Facing to the right. Yes, and that is good. It's keeping the shots on the A-wings, and I don't think that with that barrel roll that Steven has any shots on Asajj this turn.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like Rex may have a corner clip but I don't think so.
It doesn't really look like it.
This is a point where Rex could blow his EMP device,
right?
But I don't know that this would be the best opportunity for that.
Right, you would ideally want to blow the EMP device and ion people into the snapshot.
Yeah, ion them into the snapshot, ion them onto a rock would also be fantastic.
Right, exactly. So who's he going to stress? I think he's going to pop into that blue A-wing, the top one on the list that is only down to 1 shield. And indeed, there he goes with 1 stress, and then Asajj is going to roll in.
And here's where that the punishment for not shooting at Asajj comes in, which is that A-wing stress is not going to be cleared by lots.
Right.
Oh, and we have John Conley stealing things from our stream table over here.
Here comes the Shadowcaster. 2 dice because it is suppressed by Captain Rex, but 2 hits into the dice box and only one evade. So that A-wing is shieldless and is going to take shots from 2 Y-wings.
Yep, I think that A-wing goes down here.
Right.
It will shoot before it takes the TLT shots though, so it at least can at least get something out of this.
Yes. Some interesting that A-wing maneuver. If he had indeed taken 2 hard turn maneuvers there, Rex is popping his EMP device here. That is ionizing both Asajj and himself.
And looks like no on Braylon. Well placed.
Just out of Braylon. Just out of Braylon. Yeah, no, some interesting maneuvers. If he had indeed taken that 2 hard turn with the A-wings, he would be taking some just devastating fire from Asajj, but at the same time, he's able to get his snapshot off before she fires. He's able to crack some stuff away.
Right.
The weight of fire is very important here, and I'm worried that Steven Sire is losing his formation cohesion, and he's going to be unable to achieve that going forward in the game.
Right. Did you mean rate of fire? Because you said weight of fire.
No, weight of fire is exactly what I meant, because you need multiple ships on target for weight of fire.
All right, fair enough. A-wing number 2, shooting range 1 at one of these thugs.
And again, this is the A-wing that had boosted. Interesting, giving the thugs also range 1 primary shots at tokenless A-wings.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, some interesting choices all around.
For sure.
Ooh, looks like a pretty nice.
That is a very nice shot. It looked like hit
there.
and crit, but let's get the dice cam up so we can tell for sure. Yep, hitting the crit onto that on that Y-Wing number 1. That'll be the top one over on our list with
And the Y-Wing evades 1.
Is he going to crack that off?
I think this would be the chance to do it.
I think he's
not going to crack it off.
I think he's got to, though.
I think I would have, but maybe he's probably saving them for Asajj.
But he might not have the chance. See, like with those range 1 primary shots and that Green Squadron pilot is shieldless.
I'm not sure where that reroll just came
He was
from.
mistaken. He thought he still had M9G8 locked. Who, by the way, he forgot to use on Asajj's shot.
Oh, yes.
Pro tip from everybody here: remember your triggers. Remember where you've put your stuff, because we are seeing some interesting play decisions just by forgetting things.
By way of forgetting what your cards do.
Right. We're all still frazzled from Lupin Chewie, indeed. That was one heck of a game. Only 1 hit in the dice box from that Y-Wing at range 1 against A-Wing number 2. But he is tokenless, so he might not evade any of these. There's 1 evade,
and there's
that's
1
it.
evade.
That's what he needs. Going for Y-Wing number 2. Is he going to take the range 1 shot, or is he going to take the shieldless one? Range 2 shot with TLTs on the tokenless A-Wing with 1 hull left, or with no shields, 2 hull left.
And unfortunately, he is inside that firing arc, so
right,
no
auto thrusters, and that one gets through. 1 damage on the Green Squadron pilot.
And
Blue.
let's see if he can get away. I see lots
hits.
of paint. I see 2 hits. Oh, I see
just 1 hit. 1 hit, 2 focuses.
I see
and there's
an
one evade.
evade.
So he gets away this turn. Unfortunately, I don't think that A-Wing is going to be able to do much. If I was able to, if he didn't have the stress, he could K-turn and come back and actually get a shot, but he can't do that. He's got to turn.
Yeah, he could take a 2 hard and probably get a 1. Do they have a 1 hard?
They do have a 1
hard.
Yeah,
he could probably take a 1 hard and get a snap off on one of those Y-Wings.
No, because the Y-Wings are moving first. So they're going to move outside of that snapshot range before he actually has chance to snap. Here's the gyroscopic targeting. Since Asajj performed a speed 3 maneuver last turn, she's going to be able to move her mobile firing arc for free without expending an action at the end of the combat phase, which does telegraph where she's going, but we already know where she's going. Because she's ionized.
And he is running Fearlessness Asajj. With Push the Limit Asajj, it gives you kind of a chance of using the gyroscopic almost as a fake out.
No, that's absolutely true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can...
I'm picking up what you're laying
down.
Yeah,
because you can move it so that they think they know where you're going, and then you move somewhere else and you push to move your mobile firing arc.
So going into round 4, I believe, on this game, I do believe that Justin has the upper hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Steven had it in the beginning, but the formation kind of broke up a little unexpectedly, and
right. Just I think in my mind, a baffling target switch going for those Y-Wings instead.
Yeah, an interesting target switch, and really an interesting move switching Braylon's target locks, I think.
Right. That he didn't use.
Yeah.
It's I'm just not sure. We'll have to ask him about this in the post-round interview, so stick around. But Steven Sire making some interesting play decisions. Maybe he knows something that we don't. But from where I am sitting right here, his formation is broken up. He doesn't have that multiple overlapping arcs that the Swarm does so well. Even a small swarm like this.
Yeah.
And he's going to be unable to put the firepower into Asajj, I think, that he needs to take her down.
Yeah, and just speaking from personal experience, I honestly forget to use M9G8 a lot, which very well could be what's going on here.
Right.
And by very well could be, I mean almost definitely.
So, Asajj is ionized. How do you think that Steven can take advantage of this?
Well, he could, he's gonna have to take a fast maneuver with Braylon to get him through that base.
I mean, not necessarily. He could do a 2 bank to pilot right move, because when Rex moves before Asajj, Asajj will be bumped onto Rex again.
Good point. That gives him a good chance of taking a shot out of his tail at Asajj for the Alliance Overhaul crit, assuming he rolls a focus.
Right.
Which gives him a decent chance. Oh, you know why Asajj moved her firing arc? And we said, oh, that's telegraphing your move. It's already telegraphed. She's ionized.
Yeah, no, I said that if you had paid attention.
Yeah. Asa, I don't ever pay attention to things you say.
Oh, I know that. So there go the Y-Wings, so there go the Y-Wings moving 4 straight forward, really getting in there, anticipating these K-turn maneuvers from the A-Wings.
Well, 1 K-turn maneuver.
Right, the A-Wing trying to gain distance, but he can't gain enough distance over that TLT there. We'll be able to see whether or not this is in range, but it's really the blue one that he's concerned about. Probably taking a too hard turn right to clear that stress. Let's find out.
Yep, I see... I think I see it too.
There's
the too hard.
To the right. So he's squarely in Asajj's firing arc. However, he still has that boost. Again, I don't think he...
Yeah, I don't think there's any way that A-Wing makes it out of this alive.
No, he's got to focus or evade and just pray.
Yep, for sure. I see the boost template in his hand.
Steven playing very, very aggressively with these boosts. I guess if he does survive Asajj's shot, survive Asajj's shot. That's say that 7 times fast, everybody.
I mean, with some well placed Braylon or a good barrel roll from Rex, he can block Asajj right back where she is and get a snapshot. So
absolutely. Assuming that she is in range 1 right now. Here comes the 3 bank from Braylon Strom. Going right through there.
Yeah, lined up for a real nice tail shot there.
Shot, yes. And Braylon does, and we haven't really been thinking about this, but Braylon does have engine upgrade.
That is true.
He is able to be a little bit more positional than perhaps we first assumed. Asajj going back on. And where's Rex going? We know where Rex is going.
Action from Braylon first. Let's not forget to scoop Braylon's target locks over to him as well. We got a boost from Braylon, it looks like.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Steven,
I think I would have kept the one...
Me too. Stay back at range 1, get your target locked shot, focus up.
Yeah, Some interesting action choice, I think.
Right.
His maneuvers have been decent. I think it's the action choices that could use a little.
Right. That's really confusing me right now.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see what we get from Rex here. A well-placed barrel roll could definitely block Asajj and hopefully get a snap off of that A-Wing.
Absolutely. Justin here, though, playing an excellent game, keeping those ships together and making their TLTs. Again, an evade, unable to block Asajj close by, which is, I think, what he needs. He needs to try to get that snapshot off.
And unfortunately, because of the way things played out last turn, Asajj is not going to be suppressed.
No.
She's going to be taking a shot on that A-Wing, and that A-Wing is almost certainly going down.
It is unfortunate.
Bar some
to
very
watch
lucky
those
dice
A-Wings
rolls.
die. And indeed, here comes the bump from Asajj, just a 1 straightforward, clearing those ion tokens and going right in. Maybe Steven is anticipating that Braylon's moving around to go for a repositional play.
That's the only thing I can think of, which isn't terrible, but I still think I would have left him where he was.
But I don't think the beginning of the game has ended yet, right? We're not quite into the mid game where the repositional play becomes your option.
Right.
At this point, Steven's play was to put firepower into those ships, and he's just...
Yeah, Steven was set up for a very good first engagement, and then it just kind of broke down.
Right.
I think had he played that first engagement a little bit...
Now,
I don't want to say better because I don't want to sound like I'm bashing him, but...
Now here comes Asajj's shot, hit, crit into that A-Wing.
That A-Wing has to roll perfect
paint, but he's going to force M9G8 re-roll of that into a focus.
All right.
Nice M9G8
Good
there.
use.
Good use.
And I
do see 2 evades. Hot dang. Hot diggity dang. That A-Wing just living through, which means he's going to get a shot.
Yes, absolutely.
He's still probably going to be taking 1 TLT, but he is going to get a shot.
But he has his auto thrusters active.
He does.
That TLT.
So it might not be... It's possible, Ben, that we've spoken too soon.
Yeah, it's not over till the fat lady sings, Asa.
Nope. Any of those Y-Wings there... Adam, there should be 1 Y-Wing with 2 shields off. All right. So I believe that Steven's going to take that...
He's taking the Braylon shot at Asajj first.
Out the rear arc, we have a crit and a focus, which will Alliance overhaul into a crit. Crit.
Well done.
Crit into the icebox. Nice shot, Braylon. But I do see
I see double paint. One evade.
One evade, but we do have the focus over there. And one more shield will pop off of Asajj. That's one thing, one thing that I always notice about the Shadowcaster is its ability to die really quickly to focus fire. Which is what Steven had for a moment, which is why I'm crying internally right now, because he had that. Here comes Steven's A-wing shot against one of those Y-wings. Is this
and
one?
We have one hit. And I see two evades.
Do we see a crack shot?
Two evades.
Oh, we can't even crack that. And that was the Asajj shot. Here comes the Y-wing. Here comes the shot against the Y-wing. I definitely think he's got to pour the damage, and if he goes for number 2 there, that's just absolutely baffling.
Yeah, no, it absolutely got to focus fire.
Yeah, number one has only one hull or one shield left. Go for that one.
I'm assuming this shot is on number 1.
Right.
I will be amazed if we got
one single hit out at range 3. The Y-wing gets 2 evades, and I do see double paint.
I see one focus and one evade.
Is he going to spend that focus, or is Steven going to crack that away? Doesn't look like he cracked that away, or he spent the focus.
I think part of Steven's problem is he's forgetting a lot of his cards.
I'm not sure if he's forgetting them. It's possible that he is just electing not to use them. Especially with the crack shots, it's possible he's just electing not to use them. And in some cases, with the A-wings in as bad as the way that they are, I'm just not sure why.
Yeah, I feel like the blue one, obviously, it wouldn't have been able to crack enough. Ooh, we got a bump. But I feel like that would have been a good use of the red one's
Absolutely.
crack shot there.
Absolutely. I think you got to get damage in where you can.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And especially when you're on the back foot like this, just more damage.
Yeah.
Just more damage.
Yeah, exactly. Because once your A-wings go down, you're left with not a ton of firepower. The Arc has a decent amount of firepower, but it's not great. Especially not Braylon.
All right,
Braylon is very much a support ship.
Y-wing TLT number 2 firing into that A-wing with forcing him to re-roll with M9G8, that single result into a blank. Also another good M9G8 here. Is he going to spend that focus to only get one hit? I don't think so. I think he's going to save that. And indeed he does to roll the second shot. And only one result. Is he going to make him... Can M9G8? Yep, M9G8 can recycle each and every time. 2 focuses. That is a good... I mean, M9G8 is a great card against TLTs for sure.
Yeah,
because you can use it multiple times.
I see one.
And a blank from auto thrusters.
Auto thrusters.
Auto thrusters. It looks like auto thrusters is in fact a May, so it looks like he has forgotten to use those auto thrusters, and that is a crying
unfortunate
shame.
Because that A-wing would have survived.
I know. It does seem like in that case that is forgetful, and Steven just forgetting to use some of his in-game effects here, which is really costing him. And here come the TLTs out at range 3 against the red A-wing. Unless we decide to shoot Braylon. We'll see how many greens that Steven rolls. Hit and a crit.
And
he's rolling the
I see
A-wing.
2 evades.
2 evades plus 1
and
from
here
auto
comes the
thrusters.
second shot.
3 hits. 1, 2, 3 in the dice box. I see 1, 2, and again with the auto thrusters.
Yeah, it feels wasteful to spend the 2 points on those auto thrusters and then not use them.
I mean, seriously, maybe it's just lunch.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we've been here since
forgetting to use M9G8 earlier in the game and auto thrusters now. I'm starting to think he is just forgetting about Crackshot.
Yeah, forgetting about Crackshot, forgetting. Yeah, so Steven, when you watch back at this later, assuming you do, just a PSA for you. You're very
remember your effects.
Yeah, remember your effects, because in theory you've done decent.
Right.
It's just you got to remember your effects.
Absolutely. So, moving forward on this, I definitely think Justin is in excellent position right here.
Yeah, and I mean it's a tough matchup for Steven. Justin is an excellent player, and he's up against 2 TLTs with a lot of HP behind him.
Right. Yeah. So it's rough, but at the same time, I definitely believe that there are things that Steven could have done earlier in this game that are really hurting him now. Where do you think Asajj is going to move right now in those TLTs? Are they going to split?
Yeah, so I think this is the point where the TLTs split and try to... there's a point in every game where you break formation, and it's right around the beginning of mid-game. And I think this is kind of that point.
Right.
Asajj, I think, probably just goes... That's a tough one. I think she probably moves forward, keeps her rear arc where it is, keep it wide, take a shot at whatever pops up.
That Y-Wing going across the rock, just clipping it barely. No action. He will roll a die for damage, and I don't see a damage.
That is a focus,
I see a focus,
which means no damage.
No damage on that Y-Wing. Next one.
Next Y-Wing.
And that's the one with M9G8's target lock on it. We better move those target locks around. Y-Wing, it looks like he's actually following that sucker.
Oh, interesting. So he's electing to keep the formation.
Now, I don't think that's a horrible position because, again, he keeps that way to fire, keeps the masked TLTs. The trick with those TLTs and breaking formation, as you were saying, is keeping them all focused on the same target.
Right, and it's all a matter of what his target is from here. Does he keep going for the A-Wing that he has a shield off of, or does he pick a new target?
Now, here's the thing. If that A-Wing shoots forward 5 straight, then he could donut both of those TLTs. But I think Steven's target is Asajj right now.
Yeah, for sure. Here we have a 2 hard pilot right coming from Braylon.
Probably going to see a boost to get him back around.
Yeah, I think so.
No, again, he could have been closer though if he hadn't boosted last turn.
Yeah, I that boost is it. I don't know. I don't understand the reasoning there.
He got a nice shot, but it could have been a range 1.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the thing. I don't want to. I love Steven. He's a friend of the podcast, but
and
action selections are.
I hate to sound like I'm bashing a player on the stream, so I want to be clear. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to offer some constructive criticism.
5 straightforward green from that A-Wing, and this is an instance where I think the boost would be relevant.
Yeah, I can't quite tell with the scale of our image here. I don't know that a boost will clear.
A 1 straight boost absolutely will clear.
Okay.
1 straight boost, and indeed that is what he does.
Yeah, and there it is, donut holing both Y-Wings and outside of arc, I think.
Right now of Asajj, at least, we'll see if Rex goes for the block, which he probably does now. If he gets it, is the different story. Now, definitely that's a good example of when he might have wanted to split there if the A-Wing was indeed his target.
Right. Yeah, so I think maybe here Kresh wasn't expecting the A-Wing to come after the Y-Wings like that. I think he was expecting it to go after Asajj.
But the A-Wing still has the option of going after both, for sure.
Yeah,
you got the target lock on Asajj, but the range 1 shot on the Y-Wings. Rex just taking a focus right there, trying to suppress one of those Y-Wings.
And we got... Oh, who stresses that?
Asajj taking a 3 hard turn back to the other direction, knowing that her rear arc is facing rearward.
That looks like a debris landing.
It does. Did we hit the debris table? Yes, he did hit the debris, so Asajj gets stressed, and no action.
And we have no damage
right there. Asajj still at 1 shield and 7 hull. A lot of beef for Steven to chew through.
Yeah, definitely a lot. And losing one of his A-Wings and having his formation broken like this is, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot.
That said, the extra, that hard turn from Asajj, which I didn't expect, has put her, I think, squarely in Braylon's firing arc.
Well... I'm not actually quite sure on that, but I guess we'll see. We'll see where that turns out. Parker's creeping on me through the crack in the door. Go away. No one loves you. You had your chance. You failed.
All right, looks like Asajj firing into Rex out the rear, forcing a reroll with M9G8 for 2 hits instead of a hit crit. That is a positive result for sure.
And I see a lot of evades.
And 2 evades. Well done, Rexy. Range 2 there from Rex to those TLTs. He's going to fire into Y-Wing number 2 with 2 red dice. That is unfortunate. He would really like to have donutted both of those Y-Wings at once.
Yeah, definitely. We got...
It's just a hit. Is he going to spend that focus there?
That's...
I think so. Looks like it.
Yeah.
It's a bold move, but it's in that case, it's being aggressive versus... Yeah, exactly. He gets 1 damage in against Y-Wing Syndicate Thug number 2 and is suppressing him. Now, I think that the Y-Wing's just going to shoot at Rex, so the suppressive fire is not really going to matter.
Right.
He's got it.
Gives him something, though. It's definitely something. Now, remind me, does Rex have to hit for suppressive fire, or does he just have to shoot at the target?
He just has to shoot.
Okay, good to know. And we're waiting on some decision-making here.
The A-Wing just fires range 1 at number 2.
I mean, yeah.
Or number 1, sorry. Looks like he's going for number 2. Splitting fire again.
The target acquisition from Steven is
unless it was just measuring range. We'll get confirmation from the table once the
for sure.
shield stays.
Ooh,
and that's a good
damage.
hit. I hope he shot number 1, but he's shooting number 2.
Can we remove? Yeah, thank you. And I see
so he does get a
Blankski.
crit through onto the hull, but that could be 2 crits.
It could have been. Yeah, definitely.
Although it does look like
direct hit for our crit.
He
there.
was shooting number 2, but that's it's just one crit. It could have been 2 on. Oh well.
Yep. What's done is done.
What is done.
We'll mention it
done.
in the interview.
Exactly. The target priority was a little bit interesting.
And
chat, what do you think? The
our,
target priority here. What should have been Steven's target first in the game? Let's ask that. Here comes the suppressive fire condition off as Y-Wing number 2 fires back into Captain Rex. No need to spend a focus because he's re-rolling with M9G8 into 3 hits still. Rex got to roll perfect paint.
Let's see what we got. I see paint. That might be a focus though. That
2
is
evades
focus,
and a focus.
So 2 evades.
So spending the focus
Rex.
to evade 1 damage at least from Asajj, right? Versus spending the focus to evade 1 TLT hit, and that is a wash. He's going to use M9G8 to re-roll that into a focus. And so
Good
no
use
damage
of
off of
M9G8
that.
there.
See, M9G8 working wonders now.
Yeah, and it could have been really good in the early game if he had been able to set up those snapshots. It's very unfortunate that he hasn't been able to set up a snapshot.
Right.
But he definitely had opportunities where he could have.
And then here comes another TLT. He's going to spend that focus, I believe, for 3 hits onto Captain Rex. That's the play here. That's what I would do. Puts him in the dice box, not spending the focus, just 2 hits and a focus, firing through the rock, and it goes through anyways. 1 hull left on Captain Rex. And then the second TLT shot. Spending the focus for 2 hits. Rex has got to roll well. They did call it through the rock.
And
rolling I see 2 paint, but they're all focuses.
And down goes Captain Rex.
Down with Captain Rex, unfortunately. So Steven with only 2 ships left here, it's going to be real tough, I think, for him to pull this out. Now, with that said, Asajj and Braylon have separated themselves from the rest of the herd. It's possible. Mobile firing arc is awarded for the table. Mobile firing arc is now pointed forward. They are probably hoping that Asajj and Braylon, or Justin's hoping that Asajj is going to hit Braylon real hard there. But I think Steven's play is to 3 bank and boost with Braylon, or 3 or turn out and get right past Asajj. What do you think?
Yeah. I think he's hoping, again, Shadowcaster 3 maneuver to victory. I think Braylon's just trying to get in behind her.
Now that the arc is pointing forward, especially.
Yeah, especially now, because either Crush is forced to use his action to reposition his arc again and lose his modifications on any attack, or no, I mean that's his only option really, or take a defensive focus.
He does still have target locks.
Does he?
Yeah, you're talking about Braylon, right? Or Asajj?
No, I'm talking about Asajj.
Oh, yes. Okay. Now, that A-Wing, I think, is just going to try to follow those Y-Wings. Question, Ben, do you think that those Y-Wings are going to go hard and fast, or are they going to go real slow, try to block up that A-Wing?
I actually think I would do a hard turn, a hard 3 with one of those Y-Wings so that you can get a shot off, and then try to use the other one to block.
I would agree with you. Maybe a hard 3 with a number 2 there, and a 1 straight with number 1, blocking that 1 hard turn in.
Yeah. I think that's what I would do in this case.
I definitely think that's the play. We'll see if Justin thinks alike here as we go into this round, and Justin's going to flip his dials. Here comes Y-Wing number 1.
I am not sure what we
He
got
was also
there.
taking a 3 hard turn. Now, this is dangerous. If both of them took a 3 hard turn, it's very possible that a 1 hard turn and a boost from that A-Wing could re-donut both of them and get nice range
definitely.
1 shots, assuming that that's Steven's target and he's not switching again.
Yeah, and I honestly, I hope that he keeps a target, because he's real close on Thug 2 there. It can be done this round to take it out with that hard turn and boost.
Absolutely. There comes a 3 hard turn and a focus all bat from Y-Wing number 2.
Man, I'm running low on energy because I didn't get to eat my sandwich. Thanks, Jimmy Johns.
Yeah, Jimmy Johns. And here's a K turn from the A-Wing right here.
An interesting choice, to be
now,
sure.
if he had... perhaps he was anticipating...
not even a K turn.
Oh, it's just a 3 straight?
Going
back for
I'm
Asajj.
wondering if I'm wondering if he just was not sure what those Y-Wings were going to do and was just going for the safer bet,
target
so to
priority
speak.
and switching is just baffling to me. You have one of those Y-Wings in striking distance and an A-Wing perfectly poised to take it the hell out, right?
Yeah,
to get rid of it. I think you need to focus on that. You need to have...
Yeah, you need to pick a target and stay with it. That's how you make it through this game, basically.
All right, so he just took a 3 hard turn with Braylon, which was a red maneuver. Rolled to use Braylon's ability to remove the stress on a hit or a crit, but unfortunately did not hit it. So Braylon taking a 3 hard turn and becoming stressed. A gamble. I definitely respect that.
Yeah, I definitely respect it, but when stacked on everything else that has gone wrong so far, it spells doom.
Right, now with that said, I think Braylon is going to bump Asajj into him because Asajj just did a 1 straightforward, not expecting Braylon to go quite as fast, and will be blocked into Braylon Strom, and the A-Wing will have an unopposed shot because the
it
fire
will,
bulwark
however,
is facing
be
forward.
range 3
It will.
obstructed.
You know, I'm not sure if
Unfortunate.
that is obstructed, but it will definitely be range 3.
All right. I got distracted by Adam laughing in my headphones, and I don't know at what. And now I feel left out. And now he's just repeating the
He's just
Lego
saying
Man
Lego
like a
Man,
crazy
Lego
person.
Man. There's nothing.
Adam, did you not get enough sleep? Are you hallucinating?
He didn't get enough food. None of us did. All right. That 1 straight not green for Sasha. She does not clear her stress. The twin laser turrets do actually have shots. Here comes a shot, I believe, from the A-Wing, range 3, and it looks like they are going to call that obstructed against Asajj Ventress.
I think they're also checking to see if that's in arc. Because it could be that the range doesn't quite make it there.
That is an interesting one. For Steven's sake, I really hope it is, because he needs the damage now. He needs to put
he
something
really needs
down.
this.
Even with that one, the 3 hull Y-Wing, I mean, he's just got to focus something down. Target switching.
Excuse me. I would like to make a request to our players here to keep a little bit cleaner table. We have some free-floating tokens out there, and I would like to know who those belong to.
I think they belong to Asajj, but I can't be sure. I feel like we're being brutal, Ben.
Yeah, I almost feel bad, but, you know.
They are, in fact, Asajj's tokens. Looks like they might have a judge call on this. I'm not sure.
Oh, from the debris, right. That's
right.
The stress. Yeah, we might be waiting on a judge call on this arc here.
It is obstructed, but it is
in arc.
Range
All
3
right.
obstructed, so Asajj will be rolling 4 green dice to the A-Wings too, but the A-Wing does have a target lock on that he elects not to use, and we get, I believe, 2 evades, which can't be cracked.
Yeah, so the use of that target lock could have pushed the damage through here, but
Right. That is assuming that we've got the crack shot still in the hole and that we haven't missed something, or Steven was planning on using it. Anyway, now we have, looks like, both Y-Wings in range. Now the A-Wing will have auto thrusters on its side, but unfortunately will not have any defensive tokens.
Right, yeah, so it is a huge gamble here of
Again, could have
how this is
gotten
gonna go.
could have gotten really great unopposed shots on that 3 hull Y-Wing right there.
Yeah, he could have taken it down pretty handily.
Hit was, I believe that we will. Oh, we're forced to
figuring
reroll
out
with
which-
M9G8 on one of those hits, and it becomes a focus, which he'll just spend for 3 more hits, and that A-Wing's got to roll paint.
Yep, that A-Wing has to hope for 3 evades or 2 evades and a blank.
And now he's remembering his auto thrusters there, but it's not quite enough. The
Yep,
A-Wing
so
takes
the
one
A-Wing
shield
will
down.
lose its last shield, and we'll see if the second shot gets through to the hull. I see one paint on the attack there, rerolled with M98 into a focus for no damage. Second Y-Wing taking its shot now, and we'll see how
that was
it
the last
goes.
shot, just putting that into the dice cam.
Yep, so there's the no damage from that second TLT shot.
Now Y-Wing number 1 firing with its own twin laser turret. Only one hit.
So the Y-Wing has to hope for not all focuses. Yep,
And there's at
the
least
one
one.
evade.
There's one evade and 2 blanks, but he could auto thruster away. Second shot from the TLT coming in. 1,
I
2,
see lots of
3
paint.
He's got to roll 2 evades and paint. I see 1. I see a focus and a blank, so that's not quite
is
enough.
unfortunate.
A-Wing
The
on one
A-Wing
hull
sitting at
within
1.
striking distance of just about everything. Those A-Wings have never had defensive actions this game.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting choice. I think they should have been focusing this whole time. They should have been saving it. Braylon should have been keeping his target locks on. I don't want to nitpick.
No, I mean the selection of M9G8 target lock targets is a player choice that I definitely respect. Putting it on those TLTs has proved extremely useful. Perhaps as useful as the evade action, right?
Right.
With that said, though, those A-Wings not having their focuses for offense or defense, not having their focuses for defense, and expending all their actions to boost and continually switching targets, all of those one hull ships is still putting in full damage, is still firing at full effectiveness, right?
Right.
Focus your fire and take something down first.
He could have, even if he hadn't won this game with that one hard with the A-Wing in this last round, he could have at least pulled some points out of this, which could have helped his case in the end.
If
but
Braylon kept Asajj locked up, right, while that A-Wing hounded and finished off Y-Wings, then it's absolutely possible that we have a completely different game.
Yeah, definitely. I really do think that maneuver was the difference.
Right, with the two halves of Justin's list split up like that, being able to take them down one by one, and I guess he tried to go for Asajj, but just not enough there. Asajj is not within striking distance. The Y-Wings are.
Yeah, the problem was that when Asajj left the A-Wings, when he wasn't able to target Asajj with the A-Wings anymore, he didn't shift his entire formation to a new target.
Right.
He split it in half, which with a little mini swarm like this, it's not clearing 1 stress from Braylon with his ability here.
3 bank up, which is white, but Braylon is able to clear that with a successful hit roll. And the A-Wing, I believe, taking a hard turn. Actually, not taking a hard turn, just shooting forward 5. Again, foregoing a shot. This is...
Yeah,
And boosting again.
I think... Yeah, I think he's overestimating how much that boost will turn him.
Right.
And I also think it's a certain element of moving where your enemy is and not where they're going to be.
Right, here comes a 3 hard turn from Asajj. I fully expect him to just take his action to rotate the arc and get a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yes, there is the rotation. We'll confirm that it's rotated up north. Yes, it is rotated into the center of the board, so he can get a shot onto Braylon Strom. Do you think those TLTs, those Y-Wings up top, are in range of Braylon?
Oh, I don't think so. I think Braylon made it out. Well, didn't make it in.
So here's just the 2 halves of Justin's list closing again on the center of the board onto Braylon Strom here. And so I believe that any opportunity that Stephen had to claw this back out by putting those Y-Wings down while they were separated has passed.
Yeah, I think it might be game over here. I mean, he still has a chance.
Range 2 through the rock from Asajj will put another stress from the mobile arc onto Braylon. Braylon can easily clear that stuff with a green maneuver. He can clear 2 stress at once. However, here comes the shot.
I see 2 paint.
2 paint. He's going to re-roll 1 with M98. That one was a blank.
And I see another blank. So
right,
1 hit.
M9G8 absolutely useful here.
Yeah,
for Steven. Sorry, that was an excellent choice, and his use of that is definitely not causing
and there's
him any
the
problems.
1 evade to contest it.
Right, M9G8 is great, and he actually, once he started using that, he's using that to its full effectiveness for sure.
Yeah.
It's not
just, if he had remembered it earlier, it could have made this a very different game, I think.
Right, saved an A-Wing, a damage or 2, forced some more shots from those TLTs. That combined with some interesting maneuver targeting choices here, not putting the weight of fire, and here comes 1 from Braden focus to a crit from Alliance Overhaul into
Braylon.
Asajj. 1, and he's going to use a Lots Razi to pull off one of those stress from... Yep. Uses Lots Razi to pull off one of those stress tokens. Yep. To get 2 evades.
That also puts Braylon in a little more favorable position next turn, where he can guaranteed clear all of his stress instead of hoping on chance.
That's the exchange that you have to make with Lots.
Yeah, for sure.
So I definitely think that Braylon needs to go as fast as he possibly can here. Get a range 1 shot at one of those Y-Wings if possible. Get out from under the TLTs. Try to kill number 2. And just reduce fire coming in. Claw some points back, because Justin, with 19 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this round, 41 points to 0 over Steven Sire here. Round 3. Round 3 of the Walker Classic in Denver, Colorado.
Can we go ahead and get the overlay changed to reflect Steven's newfound nickname? Steven Sire.
Nah, we'll keep it like this. We will keep it like this. This isn't Parker Barbie Moon Haskell.
Clearly, I was joking. All right, we have a 1 bank coming in from this Y-Wing, and if past experience is anything to go on, a 1 bank from the other Y-Wing as well. I see a focus.
And
I see a 1 bank.
Keeping those TLTs
this is
masked.
actually interesting. I've never seen 2 TLTs keep this kind of formation with each other for this long.
I know, usually you see them split up and start arcing each other. Here is a 3 hard turn from that A-Wing. Coming in, actually trying to get some shots here onto Asajj, I hope. Maybe we'll see our first action, but I believe that it's probably going to boost. And indeed, here comes the boost to get closer. Some extreme excitement from another table here.
Indeed, there's the boost. Still has its target lock on Asajj, which, if he remembers, could be... useful. I sound mean. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay, here comes the 3 straightforward with Braylon. Absolutely the call to make right there.
Yeah.
Let's see if he clears his stress. Rolling for it and doesn't get it. So he can't get the target lock focused shot, but he can just have a shot with the target lock. The other trade-off with M9G8, if you're using a high pilot skill ship like Braylon, you get your target lock, but then you can't use it to defend yourself. So he's got to hope that he puts that Y-Wing number 2 out of his misery.
To be clear, we mean higher pilot skill. Asa did not just refer to Braylon as a high pilot skill ship.
Yes, higher relative. You know what, Ben? I'm hungry. It's been a long morning so far.
The sandwiches are sitting right next to me, taunting me.
They are. For you, listeners of this stream, we are avoiding eating anything for your listening pleasure. However, as soon as we are done with this, rest assured we will be chowing down as much as we possibly can.
I'm going to go ahead and call not it on this interview so that while Asa interviews, I can scarf down a sandwich.
Come on, Ben. My podcast, my rules. I get my sandwich. I need my sandwich. All right, checking
and
range
looks like
here.
No stress range from Asajj here.
No, indeed. But we do have range 3, so she's going to be able to take a shot. And we do have the mobile arc, so Shadowcaster will not trigger because it's range 3.
Which Shadowcaster actually hasn't been used once.
No, he had the opportunity to roll the A-Wing into the rock.
it
it turned out all right for him. Perhaps he
turned out all right, but
perhaps he elected not to roll that A-Wing because he wanted it to not block. I don't know.
He didn't even give it the token to reduce agility, though. You don't have to move it when you assign the token.
There's 3 hits even after the M98G8 reroll. Let's see who's actually... He's attacking the A-Wing red down there with only 1 hull left. A-Wing with no defensive tokens has to roll perfect paint there. I see 1, 2, 3, and 4 evades. Perfect.
Well done. 3 evades plus,
3 evades plus
focus.
a focus.
So definitely lucked out there with a blank instead of a focus. Hey, has anyone ever said that before?
That's what happens without a thruster. It completely changes your expectations. All right, Braylon Strom getting the range 1 shot on Y-Wing number 2 right here.
And let's see what we get from it. This is going to be a 4 dice attack thanks to Overhaul.
There's a lot of paint there. Is he not going to target lock that? He's not going to target lock that shot.
Probably. It's a good call.
No, see, this is the problem. He should have gotten the try there. If he gotten 4 hits, that Y-Wing is dead no matter what.
That's true.
Right?
That's definitely true.
trying to maintain his M9G8, but you don't need to maintain the M9G8
if it's dead.
If
That's
it's
a good
dead,
point.
exactly.
However, had that shot not hit, had it missed, then you're also without your defense. So it's a gamble.
But I think in that case, it's a gamble that you've got to make. Range 3 coming in here with the A-Wing against Asajj. We've got 1, 2, and he's got his target lock. There we go. We're going to spend it, get some rerolls. He's been maintaining the entire game.
2
hits.
Paint. And I see
1, 2,
all
3.
the evades.
Can't even crack those. Justin's green dice just adding insult to injury right there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Somebody has bumped the table. Come on. Johnson! Johnson bumped the table. Oh!
What are you even doing there, Johnson?
All right, so we're going to see some shots from Y-Wings against Braylon Strom here. I think this is going to put in a ton of damage from the range 1 shots. Oh, come on.
Guys.
Parker! Okay, Adam, expel all the onlookers to at least 6 feet away from the table right now. Sorry. Range 1 shot, 3 hits into Braylon from that Y-Wing.
And we got
one
evade.
of 8, not too bad, only 2 shields down. Then the second one, I believe we've got a range 1 shot. 1, spend that focus for 2 hits.
And let's see what we got from Braylon here. We have
no
paint.
So 1 hull damage in, 5 hull left, no shields. And it really does look like, I mean, Steven's just got, doesn't have the hit points to tank it. He doesn't have the damage output right now to put it back through. I mean, I think that this game is all but over. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I think I'm forced to agree with you here. I think he can probably at least take out a Y-Wing for some points, but I think it's over.
Right. I think just not focusing down your first target, or his first target was the mistake here. Now, if he had switched to the Y-Wings and committed fully, I think he would have had a chance, but he didn't even stick that out, right?
Yeah,
He's got at least 3 major target switches during this game, which has rendered him unable, because these are all hurting, right? You've got 1 Y-Wing at 1 hull, you've got shields down or shields missing on both Asajj and the Syndicate Thug, but no damage able to stick, and all of those ships are all pouring out full damage.
Yeah, I honestly think Steven has a good list here, and I think that his start was very strong.
Right.
It was just that first things fell apart in the first engagement.
It did. I mean, the first engagement was absolutely fine for him. It's just after that.
Yeah, I think moving those Y-Wings ahead too fast was an issue.
Or the A-Wings.
You know what I meant.
Do as you mean, not as you say. Hey, let's get that green die. There we
Insert
go.
letter wing here.
That's the Rebels for you, letter wing.
This in at the Back to Dials Letter Wing podcast.
Now, if Braylon predicted this does a too hard turn, he could possibly get the Y-Wing dead on his own, but I think he's just going to be taking a 1 bank, clearing that one bank to the other direction. He still has a rear arc
shot, so
right, that's not entirely bad. He clears that stress, probably getting himself a defensive focus.
Or even offensive if he has decided to go for broke and take out that Y-Wing. See what we got.
But I think that's what he's got to do. He's really got to take out this Y-Wing right now.
Yeah, definitely. This
with
is
one hull
pretty
left,
much his last chance.
With 1 hull left,
looks like we're checking
range
to target.
He's already got a... Oh, I see what he's doing.
Okay.
I see. He's got the focus to a crit from his rear arc, so he's banking on that, moving his M9G8 lock over to that other Y-Wing, and just double-checking that second lock, because you have to take the lock at the same time.
Right.
Double-checking that target lock can go onto Asajj. Interesting, a 1 hard and a boost here. I don't hate that. That's a nice maneuver, putting the A-Wing in snapshot range if Asajj decides to bank.
I see a 4 straight.
A 4 straight, not quite just banking or racing over that debris right there. Going right in for the range 1. Asajj getting range 1 plus fearlessness here. I wouldn't be surprised if Justin pops a glitter stim. It'll leave him double stressed, but he's not going to need that.
I think he can pull the win right now. With,
exactly. With a 1 hull Green Squadron pilot and a 5 hull Braylon, if Justin rolls well, gets that extra fearlessness, perhaps a lucky crit, he could absolutely put Justin down put Steven out of his misery this turn.
And there is no damage from the debris field. And we are at combat, so Asajj will take her first
range
shot,
one with
popping
glitter
the glitter
stim.
stim. Yep, going for the end game right now.
Yep, I think that's definitely the play. Groggy Grog back in the chat telling us that if after the first A went down, going full into the Y-Wings would have been a different outcome. I absolutely agree. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. It would have. It might not have won him the game, but it absolutely would have pulled him out with a lot more points.
Right,
here.
put him in a lot more points, and put him in within a shadow of a chance. Right, there's the fearlessness die, and a range one. Oh, there's an awful lot of paint there. That's the 5 hits that he needs. M9G8 re-rolling that crit into a blank, though.
All right,
so that's nice.
So it depends on what we get from a crit here. With a direct hit or a well-placed major explosion, we could see the end of Braylon here.
With the fearlessness. And the 1 green, but that looks like paint.
That looks like a focus, which Braylon does not have.
So 3 hits and a crit coming into Braylon Strom. We have 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. And a damaged cockpit. So Justin's going to have to burn one of those TLTs to take down.
Yeah, but it's still entirely doable.
It absolutely is. Now, here's the thing. If Braylon does not kill TLT number 2, then I think this game is over. But if he does,
it could be, we could
he
see
could
one
take
more
it
round.
another round.
Yep. So
We'll get one more
here's
round of
Braylon's
X-Wing here.
shot.
Here's
Here's
the
the
A-Wing first.
shot.
Going first for that Y-Wing number 2. I don't hate
that's
that
actually,
maneuver.
yeah, because then you can possibly take a range 1 at Asajj after.
Take a range 1 at Asajj or back into that other Y-Wing.
I see 1 crit.
I see 1 crit, 1 focus. Let's get the dice cam back up so we can confirm that beautiful, crisp dice cam provided to us by Lectune of Destiny Inc.
1 focus.
And it looks like he's electing to spend that focus to dodge the single crit on number 2.
There's the crack shot.
Finally to put the crit through and kill the Y-Wing.
All right, so...
But that crack shot could have gone on so much earlier.
It could have. This actually gives Steven an interesting opportunity. Again, he probably won't win. Sorry, but he can he could take the range 1 with Braylon on Asajj here, and with some luck, half health her.
Right. Yeah, pull out some MP, and that's what he needs. Look at that hit and 2 crits.
Is glorious.
That is a glorious shot. That's what he needs to half health her.
And I see
1, 2, pull off the stress and dodge them all with Latsrazi.
Yep.
Oof. Nothing right there.
Oh.
Steven shaking his fists because it's
and then a little golf clapping
because it is. I mean, it's Justin's list building choices coming to fruition, right? And you can't be mad about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the Y-Wing trying to finish off Braylon.
M9G8 is still active, so we're going to make M9G8 re-roll one of those focuses, but it rolls back into a focus, and we're going to see 3 hits, which Braylon can't dodge. So that's
Rest
all
in peace,
down. R.I.P.
sweet
Braylon
prince.
Strom.
And they are back to dials, and we'll see how he kills that A-Wing. What creative way we see the A-Wing go down.
Is it going to be the TLT, or is it going to be Asajj? Should we give away a pork card to whoever predicts that?
Yeah.
All right. Sound off in the Twitch chat if it's going to be the TLT or if it's going to be Asajj. If you win this one, then you will. We're going to send you a porg card, the first one to get this right. The first one to message us. And yes, here we'll get a porg card from the Walker Classic 2017. That isn't Groggy Grog because he's won twice already.
Yeah, stop winning things. No one
Ben
likes a
Fett,
winner.
I want to hear from you. Chill 13, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, come on, Chris.
Ben Fett says the TLT. I'm on board with whatever.
Yeah, I think this could go either way.
I think that TLT, that Y-Wing's going to take a 3 hard turn, get out from behind the rock there. Or does he take a 2 and keep the space?
That's a tough choice. Mostly because I'm very tired and just forgot what we were talking about.
Hungry. That's what I'm most looking forward to is food.
Right.
It looks like indeed we just take a 1 straight. Keeping some distance there, he just wants to get the kill shot. Brendan SSC has put in his vote for the Y-Wing multiple people getting the Y-Wing in here.
And here we have a 2 hard from the A-Wing.
That A-Wing could possibly survive for a couple rounds against just the Y-Wing.
That is true. That is very true. And with that double stressed Asajj, she is going to be 3-ing.
3-ing, 3 turning probably to get that, get one of those stress off, and then 3 turning again to come back in and finish this fight. If it even goes that long, we have 5 minutes left in the round.
And there's the evade, the first
very
defensive
first
action.
defensive action. Only a 2 straight there with Asajj. Also, green there is going to clear one of those stress. The first defensive action from the A-Wing. I really wish, man, I really wish that there was the defensive actions earlier.
Yeah, some focuses, foci could have saved him. Foci?
Foci. Here comes a range 3 shot from Asajj. Here, Arc is facing backwards, and just natural 3 hits right there.
And
we do have an evade token. We do have range 3.
4 dice and an evade.
And auto thrusters.
Yep. So,
I see 1. There's auto thrusters and the evade.
Yeah.
He's got this. He's got to spend everything.
Yep, and there's the evade for 3. Let's see. Let's see here. Y-Wing, or the other one, first letter of the alphabet wing, is going to take a shot at second to last letter of the alphabet wing.
Yeah, through the rock at that Y-Wing, just range 2. And nothing. Now the Y-Wing will fire back. Through the rock and with auto thrusters. Nothing indeed.
This A-Wing very well could survive another turn.
And that's a 3 natural hits from the twin laser turret. A-Wing's got to roll pretty darn well. I see 1 evade and a bunch of focuses, and that is the game here with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in round 3 of the Walker Classic 2017 here in Denver, Colorado. There's the horn announcing the winner, and I definitely think that early game here, Steven's action selection and target switching really let him down.
Yeah, for sure.